you grinding that, you know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps, had to make out with a feast, a family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Read on with the gang now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field, kinda drip is a skill, it's the highest cruiser bill, ain't nothing to the hill. We just slip on, spin move, in zone, scope for sideline, a touchdown, I put on the show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We just slip on, spin move, in zone, scope for sideline, a touchdown, I put on the show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off. This is second nature, all is automatic.
Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Indianapolis Colts.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Taken in the end zone.
Shifts by him.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Yeah, the sun can't touch me, got a brand new visor, yeah. Your friend's smart, but my boy's wiser, yeah. Get the job done like the equalizer. And I'ma grab another drink, cause tonight I'ma die like Michael Phelps. Hey, diving in this pool, I don't know what we have. Hey, I'm just telling you the truth. I heard a flare gun, I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear none, I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, to see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win again, celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's spit, we on track for the win. Celebrate the win I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one, see it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on, I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on track for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. He'll find Smith-Schuster, that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
11 yards there, just like last play. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Steelers.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Boy, effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Down to the 25. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Devontae Freeman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Play action now, Brissett. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
2nd and 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
On the play. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
With the score tied 7-7.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
That's good for 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Jack 16. 10. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come on, baby.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions. And here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield. He was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
Intended for Junior.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Taylor. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Eric Berry.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And Pascal's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
Gain of 9 yards.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Brissett to throw on 1st. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Complete.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? From the gun, here's Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very simple career.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
That's good for a hit.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Roethlisberger here finding Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. First carry for James Conner. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. This is taken at the 10. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even 1st half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just bring them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
At the 17-yard line.
2nd and 9. Play fake, Brissett. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 45-yard line.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch.
180.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the Colts' 14-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Good pickup there by Marlon Mack, and he was a 1,000-yard runner in 2019 and has been very consistent in moving the ball for the Colts. Last 2 seasons, at least 8 touchdowns rushing each year.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Jonathan Taylor.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. He got 29 yards that time.
Indianapolis.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it'll be Taylor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Colts have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's the 4th-round pick from Maryland, Anthony McFarland. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. For Eric Ebron, the Steelers, his third team in 4 seasons. Started in Detroit and then played 2 years with these Indianapolis Colts, even making the Pro Bowl in 2018, following a season which saw him catch 13 touchdown passes. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. Past the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game. And we see a lot of big plays, as we just saw there.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And 6 at the 6-yard line.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Tyquan Lewis, he read that the whole way and made the tackle.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the interception by the Steeler Dean leads to a touchdown. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Steelers 21. Colts 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time up, dashing through the snow. 30, the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Harris Campbell, 79 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The free safety Malik Hooker there in coverage.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
Freeman again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. He's giving him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger hitting Juju on the slant. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
A gain of a yard.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 15. So that a 56-yard punt with a 14-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Completion here to Claypool. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
19-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Roethlisberger gonna throw it. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over.
Score, Steelers.
So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for the Steelers, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.